What's going on, everybody? Gary here with another first look video, and we are looking at another fifth scale. This is the REDCAT Rampage XBE. This is the 1/5 scale brushless buggy from REDCAT. It's four-wheel drive. It's pretty big, but not nearly as big as the Losi DBXLE. Yeah, if you compared these two side by side, the DBXLE buggy would dwarf this thing, but this is a very big RC, and I will show you in upcoming videos how big this is compared to 8 scales and 10 scales and even a 6 scale. Alright, so let's just kind of get into this thing. So this, as I've said, is 1/5 scale four-wheel drive buggy from REDCAT. It is available for about $680 anywhere you can pretty much find it. You know, Amazon, eBay, A-Main Hobbies. I'm not sure if it's on Tower Hobbies or not. I don't tend to drift over there very much, but hey, it's about $680 to get this thing. This thing comes in at a whopping 750 millimeters long, or 29.5 inches. It is 320 millimeters high, or 12.5 inches tall, and it is 440 millimeters wide, or 17.25 inches. So yeah, it's a pretty big buggy, especially compared to A-scale buggies, because buggies tend to be quite a bit smaller than monster trucks and truggies and everything. So that is pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to shift the attention from the coolness to the not so coolness but still coolness. You guys down? Alright, let's go over here. Alright, so you do get the typical REDCAT remote. I have a bunch of these, so I did go ahead and label it. But as far as I'm concerned, I do like this. I like this substantially more than the Horizon Hobbies piece of junk they send you. This does have your normal reverse switches. You also have steering dual rate, throttle trim, and steering trim. So it doesn't have a whole lot to offer, but it is pretty decent, and I've always found that I have good range and everything with this. It does have a nice rubber on the wheel here for finger comfort, thank you, and it does have this little nub antenna that you could possibly break off if you accidentally drop it or something. But the only thing I really dislike about this is it does take 8 AA batteries to make this very simple, very basic transmitter turn on. But other than that, I do like it, and it hasn't given me any problems. So it's still in my okay book. It's not in my great book, but it is in my okay book. Alright, so tools with this thing. You do get a pretty decent little tool set here. You get your wheel wrench along with several other sizes on there on that T-wrench. They do give you this multi-tool type thing in a hex head with several different sizes, plus you get a bunch of just Allen key wrenches, so that's cool. And then you get a little pamphlet talking about it. In here you've got some stickers, and you do have the owner's manual. The owner's manuals on REDCATs are surprisingly solid. You do get parts list and breakdown of the vehicle and everything, so kudos for that. You know, if you're new to RC, or if you feel like you need some extra information, you should always read the owner's manual. I tend to slack on that a little bit, but that is not very good advice. Good advice would be to always read the owner's manual. Anytime you get an RC, thumb through it, quick read through it, but actually look into it. I do tend to look through them. I just don't tend to read the whole things. Kind of telling on myself right now. You do get this Trickle Charger also with this kit. It's just a wall charger that can charge a 2 or 3S LiPo through the balance port. Probably takes 4 to 6 hours, but it does have the trickle, so once it charges it up, it trickles, so you don't have to like have a stopwatch on it or whatever. So that is very cool. And then you also get these two fully maxed batteries. They are 53 discharge, and they are 3900 milliamp hour 3S LiPos. They look pretty good. They will get you started, but I would probably just suggest you upgrade these batteries, because this is a big, relatively heavy car, and you know, these batteries will get you started though. So, you know, if you have packs, or you know, you want a little bit more power, you're probably going to have to upgrade that, but they will get you started. So basically, this thing comes with everything you need to go ahead and just drive it, aside from the 8AA. All right, now getting to this big, nice buggy. Okay, so starting with the shell, I think the shell looks amazing. I love the graphics on it. I really do like the color, and the cool thing about it is inside these little flames here there are skulls, and I'll get a close-up of that and the pan over. But yeah, there's skulls, and I'm a huge fan of skulls, if you haven't noticed from my tattoos. So that's awesome, REDCAT. I give you guys kudos for that. And I just think the design of the body is really nice. It's got the open windows and everything. And taking it off, it does feel nice. It feels it's pretty firm, but at the same time it feels like it will hold up well, and it shouldn't take all that much of a beating until I do what I want to do with this thing. But the body feels good, it looks good, and I like it. Alright, so now getting down to the nitty-gritty here. So basically we'll just go over the buggy from front to back like always, and just kind of talk about it. Alright, so let's get into it. So this does have aluminum threaded bodied shocks. They are huge. They are comparable to X-Max size shocks, actually. So yeah, that's they're big. Alright, so you do have adjustable camber links up top. So your camber will be adjustable, but it's the typical H arms on the bottom, and this does come with track bars front and rear, which is nice. So then moving forward, you've got your battery trays on both sides, and then this nice aluminum plate up here, and it looks to be about 3 millimeters thick. That's pretty sweet. Alright, moving forward, we have our little receiver box here. I am not 100% sure this thing is waterproof. I would say it is not waterproof because of how the ESC is designed, but it does have a Hobby Wing 150 amp ESC that is 4 and 6S capable. It does have a 900 kV brushless motor with this nice big heatsink on it, so that should do us good in the start. I will probably be changing out both the ESC and the motor eventually. Moving forward to the front, you have smaller but similar shocks in the front with the aluminum body, and they are threaded. You have adjustable turnbuckles, which will give you adjustments on your toe in and toe out, and you do have adjustable upper A-arms, so you can adjust your camber. And it looks to have CVDs in the front, typical dog bones in the rear, and the shafts look to be pretty stinking big. They are, I would say, at least 8 millimeter probably. Yeah, that sounds good. You have the track bar, and then this whole thing does ride on this 4 millimeter aluminum flat pan chassis, which is beautiful. Look at this. Everything is countersunk. It does run hex head hardware throughout. Now, when you come to the tires on this thing, the tires feel pretty hard. They do have kind of that block dirt bike style tread, but they do have a weird 17 millimeter nut, but the hex is not a hex. On these things, it is a square. So you will not be able to just throw any old set of tires on this thing. It does have the square head outdrives, or whatever you want to call it, and these wheels and tires will not just fit on something else, and tires from like an X-Max or anything like that will not just fit on here. There are adapters, but pretty much the tires that are on here you're kind of stuck with, which is kind of a bummer. So it's like, boo, that kind of sucks. But they do have upgrades for that, and they are a little bit pricey, but they will allow you to run any fifth scale tire. Once you do the hex adapter, it gives you a 24 millimeter hex, and you can run fifth scale tires. You can throw a set of X-Max tires on here, pretty much anything like that. So, looking aside from that, I mean, this thing is pretty solid looking to me. I do not have very much experience, I should say, with the REDCAT fifth scale stuff, but I hear the diffs are awesome. The components on this car look to be plenty. The chassis is very nice. It is not that heavy. I will get a weight and put it right here, but it is, as far as a fifth scale, after dealing with the DBXL e-buggy, this thing is just like light. I would say this thing's probably lighter than an X-Max for sure. Probably comparable to a Sin Colossus XT or the Reaper. Alright everybody, well, that's going to be the first look at this vehicle. I am super excited to take this out bashing and see what it has to offer. I think it's going to be fun, but I have big plans for this thing. And hopefully those plans come to fruition, but we're going to get it out there, get it tested first, see how it is in just stock form, and we'll run her on 4S, I guess. We'll try 4S, why not? So we'll run her on 4S, we'll run her on 6S, we'll get some speed runs in there, and just kind of doing overall just how this thing does, and then I am going to upgrade this thing. So look for that coming up. But hopefully this was all the information you needed and or wanted to hear about this buggy. If not, go ahead and hit the thumbs down. If so, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to Killer Off-Road Hobbies. I would like to take this time to go ahead and give a shout out to Razib, Charlie, and Christopher. Thank you guys so much for being patrons and supporting the channel. If you guys would like to be patrons, check out the description. There are several links down there. You can get t-shirts, coffee mugs, hoodies. You can get in on any ongoing raffles, and you can become a patron where you get certain rewards according to how much you are willing to support the channel. All right, everybody. Hopefully this was a fun and entertaining and informative video, and we hope to see you right back here on the next video. So until then, get out there, get an RC, go have some fun, and hopefully we'll see you right back here. If you're new, subscribe. Peace!